Hey there, party people! Welcome back to Purr Majesty. If you're new here, then buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to go on a wild ride through the fascinating world of cats. And if you're returning from part 1, then you already know how we roll. In this video, we're dropping 5 more mind-blowing cat facts that are gonna make you say, what? Prepare to have your mind about your feline friends. Ready? Let's dive right in. Okay, first up, paw preference. Did you know that cats can be lefties or righties just like us humans? It's fascinating, isn't it? It's true. They have a dominant paw that they prefer to use for important tasks, like, catching that elusive red dot or batting at that dangling string toy. These activities might seem trivial, but they reveal so much about your cat's natural instincts. Or maybe even gently tapping your face at 5 a.m. because they're hungry. Yes, even that early morning wake-up call can tell you something about their paw preference. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Studies have shown that male cats tend to be southpaws, favoring their left paw, while female cats are more likely to be righties. This gender-based difference is quite intriguing, don't you think? Isn't that wild? Like, who knew cats had such strong political opinions? Just kidding. Or am I? But seriously, it's a fun fact to share at your next cat lovers gathering. So, how do you figure out your cat's paw preference? Well, you could try setting up a little obstacle course for them, complete with tiny hurdles and a grand prize of, like, a catnip-filled mouse toy. This can be a great way to engage their natural hunting instincts. Or you could just, watch them eat. Which paw do they use to scoop up their food? Observing their eating habits can be quite revealing. That's probably their dominant paw. It's a simple yet effective way to determine their preference. So go forth and observe your cats. Take note of their behaviors and see what you can discover. And then report back to me in the comments. Share your findings and let's see how many lefties and righties we have. I'm genuinely curious to know how many lefties and righties we have in the Purr Majesty community. Let's create a fun little survey. Alright, fact number 2. Cats are sleepyheads, like really sleepyheads. If you think you love sleep, wait until you hear about cats. We're talking Olympic-level sleeping here. They could win gold medals in napping if it were a sport. These furry little creatures spend a whopping 70% of their lives snoozing. That's a lot of beauty sleep. That's like 16 hours a day. I mean, I'm jealous. Imagine having that much time to just relax and dream. Think about it. If cats live to be, say, 15 years old, that means they'd spend over 10 years of their lives asleep. That's a decade of pure, uninterrupted rest. That's more than half their lifespan. It's like they're professional sleepers. It's like they're in a constant state of do not disturb mode. And honestly, same. I could use that kind of dedication to rest. But why do cats sleep so much? What's the secret behind their extensive napping? Well, it all goes back to their wild ancestors. Their sleeping habits are deeply rooted in their history. You see, cats are natural predators, and hunting takes a lot of energy. They need to be at their peak performance, so they need to conserve their energy for those crucial moments when they're stalking their prey. It's all about survival. Even though our domesticated house cats don't need to hunt for their food anymore, unless you count chasing that elusive red dot, they've retained those same napping habits. It's in their DNA. So next time you see your cat curled up in a ball, fast asleep, just remember, they're not being lazy. They're following their instincts. They're simply recharging for their next big adventure, which probably involves napping in a different spot. It's a tough life, but someone's got to do it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I suddenly feel the urge to take a nap. Time to follow the cat's lead and catch some Z's. Fact number 3 is gonna blow your mind. Cats have more bones than humans. Yep, you heard that right. While we humans have a measly 206 bones, cats have a whopping 230. That's 24 extra bones. What are they doing with all those extra bones? Well, those extra bones are what give cats their incredible flexibility and agility. They're the reason cats can contort themselves into those seemingly impossible positions, like squeezing into boxes that are way too small, or fitting themselves perfectly into any available container. It's like they're liquid. These extra bones, particularly in their spine and tail, allow them to twist and turn with ease, making them expert climbers, jumpers, and all-around acrobats. It's also why they almost always land on their feet. Almost. Don't test this, please. Safety first, folks. Think about it. Have you ever seen a cat squeeze through a tiny opening or jump from a seemingly impossible height, or just generally contort themselves into a pretzel shape? Yeah, that's all thanks to those extra bones. So next time you see your cat doing something that makes you question the laws of physics, just remember, they have 24 more bones than you do. They're basically superheroes in disguise. Or, supervillains, depending on their mood. I mean, seriously, cats are basically made of rubber bands and magic. It's incredible. And slightly terrifying, but mostly incredible. Okay, moving on. Okay, fact number 4. Cats are amazing climbers. They can scale trees, walls, furniture. you name it. Their agility and strength are truly remarkable. But here's the thing, they can't climb down trees head first. This is where their climbing prowess hits a snag. Yep, you heard that right. Despite their incredible climbing skills, descending is a whole different story. These expert climbers have a surprising weakness. It's almost like a plot twist in a movie. You see, a cat's claws are curved, which is perfect for gripping onto surfaces when they're climbing up. They act like natural grappling hooks, but those same claws make it difficult for them to climb down head first. The curvature that helps them ascend becomes a hindrance. It's like trying to walk down a ladder with your shoes on backwards. Not easy. Imagine the confusion and frustration they must feel. So when a cat finds itself stuck in a tree, it has to either awkwardly back down, which can be tricky and nerve-wracking, or jump, which can be dangerous and risky. It's a tough choice for our feline friends. So if you ever see a cat stuck in a tree, don't be surprised. It's not their fault. They're just in a bit of a pickle. They're just victims of their own amazing climbing abilities. Their natural instincts sometimes lead them into tricky situations. Now, I know what you're thinking. What should you do in such a situation? What should I do if my cat gets stuck in a tree? It's a common concern for cat owners. Well, first of all, don't panic. Panicking won't help you or your cat. Most cats will eventually figure out how to get down on their own. They just need some time to assess the situation. But if your cat seems truly distressed and you can see they're struggling, or if they've been up there for a while, longer than you're comfortable with, it's best to call a professional, like a tree climber who has the right equipment and experience, or maybe even the fire department. They're trained for such rescues. They're experts at getting cats out of trees. They've done it countless times. So the next time you see a cat confidently scaling a tree, just remember, they might need a little help getting back down. It's a common issue for these agile creatures. So next time you see a cat in a tree, remember these fun facts and maybe lend a helping hand if needed. And finally, fact number 5. Cats are one of the oldest domesticated animals. These furry little creatures have been living with humans for over 9,000 years. That's longer than most civilizations have existed. In ancient Egypt, cats were even worshipped as gods. They were considered sacred animals, and harming a cat was punishable by death. Talk about high status. I mean, they were basically royalty, and let's be honest, they still act like it. Nowadays, cats may not be worshipped as gods, but they still rule our homes in their own special way. There are furry overlords demanding food, cuddles, and attention on their own terms. And we happily oblige because, let's face it, we're all slaves to their feline charms. But seriously, cats have been a part of human history for a long, long time. They've seen empires rise and fall, they've witnessed countless wars, and they've probably even seen a few memes in their day. Okay, maybe not memes, but you get the point. So next time you're cuddling with your cat, take a moment to appreciate the long and storied history of your feline companion. They're more than just pets. They're living, breathing pieces of history, and that's pretty cool. And that's a wrap on part 2 of our surprising cat facts series. I hope you learned something new and amazing about your feline friends. I know I did. These little creatures are full of surprises, aren't they? Which fact did you find the most interesting? Was it the left-pawed/right-pawed thing? Or maybe the fact that cats spend 70% of their lives sleeping? Let me know in the comments below. I'm dying to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't seen part 1 yet, what are you waiting for? Go check it out. It's full of even more surprising cat facts that will blow your mind. Don't forget to subscribe to Purr Majesty for more fun cat content. See you in the next video. Bye.